Newburyport Media would like to thank the following sponsors without whom the coverage of high school sports would not be possible. Institution for Savings, who also sponsors the player of the game. Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant. Pentucket Medical. Appleton Eye Associates. Newburyport 5-Cent Savings Bank. Port City Sandwich Company. And Nick's Pizza, who also is the Feed the Crew sponsor. Port Media greatly appreciates their support. If you are interested in sponsoring local programming, contact me, Sarah Hayden, at 978-961-0350.
Radio station.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
No, that's not the same that's going on there.
No, it's like a 20-second delay.
Yeah, that's no good. Hey, David, how you doing?
Just wanted to say hi real quick.
How are you? Yeah, a little small. We're doing another carriage.
That's Richie Eaton.
How are you? How you doing?
Give a high five. Give a high five.
So how's everything
Last
going?
time you saw him, he had a red suit on.
Well, that's right.
What did he say? First time in Clippers, you knew it was Richie. How's everything going?
Good, real good.
Good.
Yeah.
You're still on the board, right?
I'm on board.
Good
Yeah,
evening,
yeah.
ladies and
I'm still
gentlemen.
chairman of the board.
Welcome to
And
tonight's Cape
audit
Henry
committee now,
Northeast
too.
Conference game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. According to the rules of the Massachusetts Interschool Athletic Association,
Good luck tonight.
cheerleaders, officials, and spectators are expected to assist in the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship ideals by taking personal responsibility for keeping the game at a high level of fair, clean, wholesome competition. Good luck to both teams. Law prohibits drinking of or possession of alcoholic beverages on school grounds. Any violators will be prosecuted. We would appreciate your attention to this matter. Any problems of this sort should be brought to the attention of
Ed,
the
how are you?
police officers on duty.
Good, thanks.
The location of the public restrooms are behind the visiting team stands. Please don't stand in the aisles or walkways during the game. Those areas will be kept open. No student or fan should congregate by the restraining fence behind the player's bench. Any unruly behavior, such as wrestling, fighting, pushing, and running by younger
Masco
students,
declined.
is unacceptable. If necessary, those persons involved in this form of behavior will be escorted from the premises. Newburyport High School and the Newburyport High School campus area are tobacco-free zones. Please, no smoking in the stadium. We appreciate the cooperation of all fans in regard to proper conduct in the stadium. Please notify the police officer of any disturbances. This is a high school function, and asking all those in attendance to conduct yourself in a proper manner. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of the national anthem by the Newburyport High School Marching Band?
And welcome to World War Memorial Stadium. Win Damon along with Richie Eaton as the Newburyport Clippers are going to be taking on the Masconomet Chieftans. They're playing the national anthem. We'll take a quick time out and be back after this on the Legends WNBP. Well, it's a beautiful night for football at World War Memorial Stadium in Newburyport as the Newburyport Clippers are getting set to take on the Masconomet Chieftans. We have the Hunter's Moon, a full moon tonight, Richie.
Full moon, and actually a lunar eclipse is supposed to be taking place between 7 and 8 o'clock, but we might just see a little part of it. They say more towards the ocean, you can see about a part of it.
I can
So
feel
that's
it.
the best view.
I can feel it.
But that might make it, see what happens to the game with a full moon. We got two teams that are same records. Newburyport and Masconomet both 3-2 overall, 2-1 in the league. They both average about the same points. Newburyport averages 22.4 a game, Masco 22.2. The Clippers have a slight edge on defense, allowing 12.4 a game, and Masco 16.2. Masco lost last week to, there you see the moon right there. Masco lost last week to Pentucket. So put Pentucket in good shape to win the title as far as the Cape Ann Lodge goes. So this is basically a battle for second place right now. And Triton's looking on the outside with 2 losses right now. Triton has 2 losses, but Triton plays Masco next week, so that could change things around too. So it's a big game. Masconomet won the toss and they deferred to the second half. So Newburyport's going to receive the kickoff to start.
And the senior, David Drugo, is going to be doing the kicking for the Masconomet Chieftains as he sets the ball up the 40-yard line. Back to return for the Newburyport Clippers, who have Drew Bordeaux. And he is lined up on the near side, and on the far side, we are looking at Ethan Northey. Well, there's the kick, and it comes down right around the 25-yard line, and the Clippers bring it up on the far side of the line. That was Bordeaux who picked it up, and he brings the ball to about the 40, and that's where we are going to be starting out tonight's game.
Good field position to start off. The Clippers at their own 40, so nice 19-yard return.
Would have the ball first down and 10.
Boy, we are really in a stretch of some fantastic athletic contests. Had a chance to catch the Patriots game last weekend. We also had a chance to witness the Red Sox, too. Unbelievable stuff that's going on.
Great time in New England sports, that's for sure.
The Newburyport Clippers line it up at their own 38-yard line. It's 1st and 10. The Clippers have a couple of receivers split out to the right side, and the quarterback is Mike Shea. Shea under center, he has a man in motion, takes the snap, and they hand it off, and they run it over to the near side, and that was Carpenter. Chance Carpenter had the ball popped out of his arm just as he got knocked out of bounds, but he picked up a couple of yards.
Yeah, actually, they started at the 38, didn't they? Yeah. So a 2-yard pickup. Last week, Carpenter picked up 2 yards his first carry, then he ran for a 50-yard touchdown. Then after that, he lost yardage. The next 4 times he carried the ball, as Triton really stuffed him down right after that. So it's 2nd and 8 for the Clippers at the 40-yard line.
Boy, we had a fantastic game last weekend with Newburyport taking on the Triton Vikings in Byfield, and we're looking forward to an exciting contest tonight. Just underway here in the first quarter of play as Shea takes the snap, quick drop back, puts it in the air, and it's complete to the 45 of Newburyport. Pass complete to Ethan Northey, the senior, wide out. So 3rd down play is going to be coming up for the Newburyport Clippers at their own 45-yard line.
3rd and 3.
So the Clippers are moving towards I guess the growth part of the close end, yeah. Scoreboard end. As they set it up, and Pacheco is wide on the far side. 2 receivers on the near side. They send a man in motion. There's the snap, and they hand it off, and the Clippers run left. That's Trevor Bradbury, picks up about a yard, so it's going to be a 4th down play coming up for Newburyport.
Good defense by the Chieftans to stop the Clippers on their first drive, forcing Newburyport to punt.
Trevor Bradbury among the leading rushers for local area teams. And the Clippers lined it up, but they call a quick timeout, a 20-second timeout.
Who called it?
It looked like Masconomet.
Timeout, Masconomet.
Unless they think Newburyport might be trying something tricky right now.
So it's going to be 4th and about 2, short 2 for the Newburyport Clippers. They have the ball at their own 46-yard line, and it's going to be a punting situation. Trago, they fake the punt, and they do a direct snap. It goes over to Ethan Northey, who runs ahead, straight ahead, and he gets the ball to about the 48, and it's going to be close.
I think he could be a little bit short.
All depends on the spot.
Tackled by Chris Nelson and Morgan Thompson.
Yep, they're going to bring the chains out.
I think that's why Masco called timeout to tell them to watch out for the fake. And there was a direct snap to Northey, as you mentioned, but I don't know. It looks like he might be a little bit short.
Yeah, I would say that he didn't have enough yardage on that. But let's see as they stretch the chains. And they stretch it out. Oh, just by about half of the length of a football.
First down. Several inches.
So that play worked for Newburyport.
Wow. First down and 10.
Nice job.
48 yards.
They had Trego lined up to punt, but in between him and the line was Ethan North, and he took the snap and ran straight ahead, picked up the first down. So it's 1st and 10 for Newburyport at their own 48-yard line with 9:33 to go here in the first quarter. No score between Newburyport and Masconomet. So the Clippers line it up on the near side. 1st and 10. Shea under center takes the snap. Quick pass over to the far side. It's complete to Pacheco, and he has trouble turning the corner and getting down the field.
Jonathan Pacheco.
And he lost a little bit on that, about 2-yard loss. So it's going to be 2nd and 12 for Newburyport as they spot the ball at the Newburyport 46-yard line.
Loss of yardage on the play.
Well, that one they threw backwards. So,
yeah. Well, because they did that last week, an option pass to Terry, and he threw a pass off of that. So maybe that's why they tried something like this to be alert to it.
So here goes 2nd and 12 for the Clippers at their own 46-yard line. There's the snap, and Shea. Oh, it's picked off by the Chieftans right around the 45, and they go down the far side of the field, and it is a touchdown. Masconomet.
Corey Tynes intercepted.
So number 12, Corey Tynes, intercepts the pass at about the Newburyport 45-yard line, runs down the far side of the field untouched, and he puts the Masconomet Chieftans up on the board 6-0 with 8:23 to go here in the first quarter of play. So Masco with the lead, and let's see if they go for the extra point. They are going to go for the extra point with Troy Bunker to do the kicking, right-footed kicker. There's the snap and the kick. It's up. Oh, it looks a little wild, and it is off to the left. So the extra point attempt is no good. Masconomet has a 6-0 lead with 8:23 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to high school football on the Legends WNBP.
Lou Bordeaux and Ethan Northey deep to receive for Newburyport.
Onside kick. And, out of bounds. Masco's ball. Masco recovered the onside kick as they waited. The ball went to the 50-yard line. And Newburyport let it roll out of bounds, but just throw it out of bounds. Masco recovered. And so Masco takes over on their own 50-yard line. 1st and 10 Masco. Successful onside kick, so 2 turnovers in a row on the Clippers.
And 8:23 to go here in the first quarter of play, and Masconomet has the lead over the Newburyport Clippers of 6-0. So the Clippers defending, they had the ball. Now Masconomet has the ball at the 50-yard line, and the Chieftans line it up as they get set.
So a little trickery by both teams, and it's been in favor of Masco. They've come out on top of the as a result.
And they get set for the snap, and there's the snap. Then Masco puts the ball up in the air, and the pass is complete. complete, down around the 15-yard line and in for the score. Masconomet gets the pass from Troy Bunker to Corey Tynes.
So Mr. Tynes gets 2 touchdowns in 10 seconds.
And 8:13, the time of the touchdown here in the first quarter of play. So Masconomet striking twice in a short period of time, and they have a big lead right here. And Newburyport looks like they have their hands full.
Yeah, that's big play there. And Tynes was open by a good couple of yards, and when he caught the ball, he hauled it in, pulled it in from the 15 for the touchdown. And now they're going for 2.
All right, the quarterback is Bunker. Bunker takes the snap, and he rolls to his right, still with the ball, and he tucks it in, and he runs in for the 2-point conversion. So it's 14-0. Masconomet with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers with 8:13 to go in the first quarter of play here at World War Memorial Stadium in Newburyport. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends WNBP. All right, 8:13 to go in the first quarter of play, and the Newburyport Clippers find themselves trailing.
All right, Masco ready to kick again. This time I'm sure they'll go deep. I don't think they'll do an onside kick here. Oh, they are going onside kick to the right.
Back at World War Memorial Stadium, another onside kick by the Masconomet Chieftans. I guess they like to practice that one.
Wow, that was smart. I didn't think they'd come back with a second time.
But the ball out of bounds or covered up right around the Masconomet 48-yard line.
Yeah, just going to spot it there. It looks like it didn't go 10 yards, but maybe Newburyport recovered it inside the 10 yards.
So the Clippers will have the ball at the Masconomet 48. That's pretty good field position.
Yeah, it looks like that's what we're going to spot at the 48 there. The chains are set to 48. There's the ball. Yeah, Newburyport 40, Masco 48. 1st and 10, Newburyport.
So Masconomet has struck twice here, and they missed one extra point attempt, got a 2-point conversion, and it's 14-0 Masco over Newburyport with 8:13 to go in the first quarter of play.
Ball's at the 44-yard line now.
So the 44, and Newburyport has good field position to start this drive out. There's the snap by Shea, and he hangs onto it, comes over to the near side, taken out inside the 35-yard line. And looks like they'll spot the ball at about the Masconomet 33-yard line with 8:04 to go in the first quarter of play.
That's enough for 1st down, 1st and 10 Clippers.
Well, the only thing you can say about a situation like this is you have most of the game to try to come back, almost like the Red Sox last night.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. There's no time to panic, that's for sure.
So it's 1st and 10 for Newburyport. They have the ball at the Masco 33-yard line. 7:42 to go in the first quarter of play. Shea, at quarterback, has a receiver split wide to the far side. And the snap, he hangs on to it. He crosses the 30, and he's still on his feet inside the 25-yard line. Nice gainer.
By Shea.
Oh, boy, he never gave up. He got hit a couple of times, but never gave up.
2nd and 1.
2nd down and 1.
So just inside the Masconomet 25-yard line with 7:16 to go in the first quarter of play. Coming off the field for the Newburyport Clippers, Jacob Timoney. We've seen him have a couple of good games this season. And the clock now just under 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. But Jaco lines up wide on the far side as Shea, under center, gets set. Takes the snap, and he hands off, and they run straight ahead. Ball handed off to Trevor Bradbury, who picked up enough for a 1st down.
I think he got close to the 20. I don't know if it's back up to the 20 or 21. Let's see.
Looks like it's going to be at the 21-yard line. So it's going to be first and 10 for Newburyport at the Masconomet 21 with 3:38 to go in the first quarter of play.
21-yard line.
As Jonathan Bajeko comes over to the sideline and gets told to turn around and go back in as Timothy comes off.
This is definitely an important drive for Newburyport after giving up 2 quick scores to Masco. The Clippers got to get on the scoreboard here.
Clock showing 6:12 to go in the first quarter of play. Newburyport trailing 14-0. 2 receivers split wide to the near side right. And looks like a short timeout for Newburyport. Well, I'm glad we picked up that tip on the short timeouts.
Yeah.
It touched the shoulders.
Yeah, so we had 6:07 to go here in the first quarter. 14-0 Masco leads. Clippers ready to put the ball back in play. First and 10 at the 21.
Both teams coming into tonight's game with a record of 3-2. So Shea lines it up, takes the snap, rolls to his right with the ball, wants to pass. Now he tucks it in. Oh, and he got hauled down inside the 20.
They're going to call for a horse collar, I think.
Well, he certainly was a horse collar, as Steve O'Reilly was able to grab Shea by the shoulders and pull him down like that. That's something that we've been told they're trying to watch out for this year. In fact, I saw that in the Patriots game.
Yes. Yep. So Shea picked up 2, and then they're going to assess it maybe half the distance.
Personal foul against Masconomet.
So 5:52 to go here in the first quarter of play as they mark off the penalty. That puts it inside, well, right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it should have been 9.5. That's all right. It's just a little inside the 10, so they can't get a first down.
First down and goal from the 9-yard line.
So it's going to be first and goal for Newburyport, just inside the 10. 5:38 to go in the first quarter of play, as the Clippers send Northey wide to the far side, and in the slot, that's Bordeaux. They send Carpenter in motion, and on the snap there was a fumble. Let's see who covers it.
Ball on the snap.
Newburyport's got it. Oof.
So that'll make it second and goal to go for Newburyport, and let's see if they lost any bit of yardage on that.
No, it stayed about the same.
Yeah,
Just
about the same.
Yeah.
So still a second and goal to go. 5:03 to go in the first quarter of play, and Newburyport trailing Masconomet 14-0. So the Clippers break the huddle. Bajeko is lining up wide to the left. And the back is Trevor Bradbury. A couple of receivers on the near side. There's the handoff to Carpenter. Carpenter runs left. He gets taken down just inside the 10 to about the 9. So that play didn't work quite the way that they were hoping it would, as Carpenter was making the slant. And it's going to be third and goal to go for Newburyport at the Masconomet 9-yard line with 4:16 to go in the first quarter.
You're going to see probably a pass option here now with Shea rolling out with the option to pass or run the ball.
Chance Carpenter coming off, and he's hobbled a little bit.
He got banged up last week in the Triton game, and he missed a couple games earlier this year as well.
Well, nobody's over to check him out, so maybe he just has a cramp or something like that, hopefully. All right, here we go. Third and goal to go for Newburyport at the Masconomet 9, and the Clippers call a timeout.
Looked like somebody was mixed up. They didn't know where they wanted to be. Going right back into it again.
So Shea is talking to the coaching staff, and as you read the body language, he's saying, "What's going on?"
But Jaco going in the lineup for the Clippers.
And coming off the field is Timony. He turns back, goes back in. Now he's waving somebody else off. So that's Jeffrey Martin who's coming off now for Newburyport. He's a tall one. He's 6'5".
Third and goal from the 8.
All right, Newburyport lines it up. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, split out. And Shea takes the snap, and he rolls to his left. Oh, he almost got away from a defender, puts the ball up in the air into the end zone, and it's incomplete.
It was a good job by Shea just to get rid of the ball that time. Looked like he was going to be sacked. He threw the ball down. You see a field goal attempt here.
Yeah, he almost got caught by Cashin McKenzie, who's a senior, and he had him in his grasp, but just couldn't hang on to him.
This looks like about a 27-yard field goal attempt.
So the line
26.
of scrimmage at the 9, so
Looks like
9,
26.
19, yep, and they spot the ball at the 16-yard line, so a 26-yard attempt. Trago puts it up, and it is going to be no good. Off to the left. So 3:35 to go in the first quarter of play. Masconomet holding on to a 14-0 lead over the Newburyport Clippers. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends WNBP.
First and 10, Masco at their own 20.
All right, we're back at World War Memorial Stadium. The Masconomet Chieftans at their own 20. They run to the left and they get the ball up to about the 31-yard line. And a first down, Chieftans.
Mackenzie Cashin.
Driven by Jonathan Pacheco.
So Cashin coming up with enough for that first down, and it's going to be first and 10 with the ball at the Masco 31-yard line for the Chieftans with 3:19 to go here in the first quarter of play. Masconomet with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. And they get set for the snap. And there's the snap. They hand it off and runs over to the near side as the Chieftans try to push it forward. Cashin again, he gets the yardage, and he gets the ball to about the 38-yard line. Just noticed
7-yard pickup.
noticed that Mike McKay, number 5 for Masconomet, he has the pink shoes.
Second down and 2.
So it's going to be a second down play for the Masconomet Chieftans with the ball at their own 38-yard line. 2:28 to go in the first quarter of play. So the Chieftans line it up, and they take the snap, and they hand it off. It goes over to Gavin Monacle, and he runs right. And looks like he had no gain on that.
That almost looked like it snapped before Bunker was ready for him. He looked kind of surprised when the ball came to him.
Third down and 2.
So it'll be 3rd and 2 for Masconomet with the ball at their own 38-yard line with 1:56 to go in the first quarter of play. Masconomet leading Newburyport 14-0. A weird beginning, but then again we have a full moon.
You were talking about that earlier. It was definitely in favor of Masco for the first part of it.
All right, Bunker under center this time. Gets set, takes the snap, and he hands it off, and they run straight ahead. That's Cashin, and he gets the ball to about the 39, a gain of about a yard, and it's going to be 4th and 1 for Masconomet at their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think they'll gamble here, but they may. I think they probably play it safe and punt. Where they got a 14-0 lead, no sense giving Newburyport a chance to do something.
4th down and 1. All of the Masconomet 39-yard line.
Well, Masco, they had a couple of onside kicks, so Newburyport really has had good starting position. Haven't been able to take advantage of it yet. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter of play. Masconomet leading Newburyport 14-0. Punting situation for the Chieftans, and
They run with it.
fake it, and they pick up a first down.
Fumble.
Oh, the ball pops loose right around the Masco 45-yard line. Harry Swick took the snap, and he was going to punt. He faked the punt, and he ran instead. He picked up a first down, and he got tackled at the Masco 45.
But he fumbled and Newburyport recovered.
Masconomet, and the Clippers again.
So they didn't make it.
The fumble on the play. Newburyport recovered Jacob Timoney.
So Timoney getting credit for the fumble recovery, and Newburyport starts it out 1st and 10 at the Masconomet 46-yard line. 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It is a weird game.
Yeah, I guess it is.
So now Newburyport again with a good field position to start out this drive as Shea brings the play in from the sideline. Receivers on the far side, Bordeaux along with Pajenko. You have Bradbury in the backfield along with Timoney. Shea takes the snap and he hands it off over to Bradbury. Comes to the near side. Bradbury gets bumped and he gets knocked out of bounds about the Masco 30 or 40-yard line.
A 6-yard
Down
pickup.
by Harry Swift. Jack Putt.
So it's going to be first or second and about five for Newburyport. The ball at the Masconomet 40-yard line. 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. As Shea again brings the play in from the sideline. See what they do. Lining up split to the near side. That's Northey. Two backs in the I formation for Newburyport. Second down play. There's the snap and they hand it through the first back. And the first back through is Timoney, and that's not enough for a first down. It's going to be third and about a yard.
Stopped by Jack.
What a nice straight run by Jacob Timoney.
Yeah, just a little bit shy.
Balls at the Masco 36.
So they spot the ball at the Masconomet 36-yard line with 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Newburyport is trailing Masconomet 14-0. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Newburyport. So Bradbury, the lone back here, as Shea looks over under center right now, gets set for the snap, and he hands it off to Bradbury, who goes to the left, and he gets the ball down to about the 35-yard line, and I think that should be enough for a first down.
And that should do it for the quarter as well. Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 35, first down.
And time has expired in the first quarter of play, so we can take a timeout. With Masconomet leading Newburyport 14-0 at World War Memorial Stadium. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends WNBP.
Port Media would like to thank the following sponsors without whom the coverage of high school sports would not be possible. Institution for Savings, who also sponsors the player of the game. Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant. Pentucket Medical. Appleton Eye Associates. Newburyport 5-cent Savings Bank. Port City Sandwich Company. And Nick's Pizza, who also is the Feed the Crew sponsor. Port Media greatly appreciates their support. If you are interested in sponsoring local programming, contact me, Sarah Hayden, at 978-961-0350.
First and 10 with the ball at the Masconomet 35.
Somebody's not lining up for Newburyport or something properly, because that's the third time they had to call a timeout. They've used 3 timeouts over this half, and all because they hadn't been lined up properly. And this is a full timeout this time, I think, but they're going to go right into it, I guess.
Well, you only get the 2 short
Yeah,
ones.
but they didn't want to take it. They wanted to start right in, but
First down
they
at
make it
10.
take a full one.
Balls at the Masconomet 35-yard line.
Well, you'd think about 2 months into the season you'd have it down. by
Yeah,
now.
it doesn't seem right. They just
Yeah.
either that or they just didn't like the way the defense was set up.
All right, Shea gets set. At quarterback for Newburyport. 1st and 10 call. He rolls out to his left, puts it up in the air. Oh, and it gets knocked away. And just as he was making the pass, he got taken down by Austin Cashin.
Shay's pass attempt to Jonathan.
And the pass was intended for Pacheco, but he was well covered. He had two people on him.
Yeah, there was definitely good coverage there. That ball was deflected up in the air. It almost would be intercepted on the rebound by Masco.
So Austin Cashin, the brother of Mackenzie Cashin.
Yeah, they're twins.
Twins, and they're good football players. And that makes it 2nd and 10 for Newburyport with the ball at the Masco 35-yard line.
Yeah, Newburyport's offense hasn't really got smooth yet. They've been moving the ball, but just not smooth.
And just as the team broke the huddle, they were going to be sending in Trevor Bradbury, then they call him back again. All right, 2nd and 10, and there's the handoff. The ball goes over to Timoney, runs right, and he gets the ball over the 35 to about the 34. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 for Newburyport as they spot the ball at the Masconomet 34-yard line with 10:37 to go in the second quarter of play.
Maybe it's time for an end around or something like that to shake things up with Pacheco. It's a misdirection. The last couple of times, Shea went back to pass to get a bit of pressure.
So the Clippers line it up. They have two receivers on the far side and two on the near side, one back as Shea gets set. 10:07 to go in the second quarter of play. It's 3rd and 9, and they hand the ball off to Bradbury, who runs right, and he meets the defense right away, maybe a gain of about a yard or so.
Stopped by Steve O'Reilly.
So they'll spot the ball at the Masconomet 33-yard line with 9:50 to go in the second quarter. And it's going to be 4th and 8 for Newburyport.
Yeah, Newburyport 1 out of 4 on 3rd down plays now. And 1 for 1 on 4th down plays.
So they talk things over with Shea. And they're going to go for it here on this 4th down play. 4th and 8 with the ball at the Masconomet 33-yard line. Shea gets set. Takes the snap, comes over to the near side. Quick pitch to Bradbury. Bradbury at the 30, down to the 25, and he gets taken down at about the 22-yard line as it gets hauled down from behind. Coming up with the tackle with Mike Jesse, a senior.
It's enough for the first down.
By Mike Jesse.
22. It's a 16-yard pickup for Bradbury.
And 9:05 to go in the second quarter of play.
Balls to Masconomet 22.
So Trevor Bradbury, as mentioned earlier, one of the leading rushers in the area schools. Number 7 as we head into this weekend's worth of action. 1st and 10 for Newburyport. They have the ball spotted at about the Masconomet 22-yard line. Shea gets set, takes the snap, goes to his right. Quick pitch over to Bradbury on the far side as he cuts down the field, and he's over the 15, inside the 15, to about the 14-yard line.
Good job by Shea and Bradbury on that one. Shea pitched it just as he was about to get hit, and Bradbury cut inside and picked up 8 yards to the 14 to be 2nd and 2.
By Dave Rosenbaum.
I guess that's what makes that play work. You have to hang on to the ball just as long as you can and get rid of it just before you know you're going to get nailed.
Yeah, it's all timing. Now timeout by, I don't know, was Masco call that one?
Well, the teams want to talk this one out. Yeah, both Newburyport and Masconomet coming into today's game with a record of 3-2, 2-1 in the league. And you couldn't ask for a more evenly matched game unless you had the Newburyport-Triton game.
Well, yeah, actually, we've got some real tight ones. You know, Newburyport-Triton, Newburyport-Pentucket, and last week Pentucket beat Masco. That was a good game, and we had the Newburyport and Triton game. Ironically, Triton lost to Pentucket 19-13. They lost to Newburyport 19-13.
Well, the Triton Vikings tonight are hosting North Reading, and Amesbury will be in action tomorrow at Georgetown. That's an interesting field.
Oh yeah, yep, it sure is.
Although it's been dry the last couple of weeks, so.
Yeah, was it last year we did it? You had to go to Haverhill High. They played it at Haverhill.
Yeah.
I think that's because of the mosquito problems.
Right.
Next week, Newburyport will be playing at Saugus, and Triton goes to Masco, and Amesbury plays Manchester Essex.
And we'll have the Amesbury-Manchester Essex game on the radio, and then we'll have the Newburyport game. 2nd and 2 for Newburyport inside the Masconomet 15-yard line. Shea takes the ball, he hands it off to Bradbury. He's got a first down inside the 10.
Bradbury's one carry.
Looks like they'll spot him about the 8-yard line with 7:56 to go in the second quarter of play. Now Newburyport looks like it's starting the offense rolling.
On the Masconomet 8-yard line.
First and goal. Bradbury's got 43 yards and 8 carries.
Masconomet leading Newburyport 14-0, but Newburyport looking like it's getting set to put the ball into the end zone. So it's going to be first and goal to go for the Newburyport Clippers with the ball at the Masconomet 8-yard line. On the far side, you have Bordeaux and Pacheco as the receivers, and Bordeaux comes in, and Shea gets away from one defender, and he can't get away from the second defender as the Masconomet Chieftans knock him down for a big loss.
Yeah, it's only about a 10 yards, maybe back to the 18, maybe the 19.
Kyle Taggart, the junior, 6'1", 260-pounder, was able to hang on and bring him down.
11-yard loss.
Shea gets taken down at the 19-yard line, and the Clippers call a timeout.
Timeout, Newburyport.
Well, that one you got to talk it over and see what happened.
Yeah, he got away from one defender, but then he couldn't get away from the second one. So it's a second and goal from the 19. 6:59 to go in the half.
Hey, a couple of things going on. A big event tonight for Opportunity Works. They're having their annual meeting tonight.
Yeah, over at DeBurrows.
And earlier today, they broke ground on their new Haverhill facility that they are going to be building by Northern Essex.
Yeah, right near Northern Essex, on is it Locust? No, Canosa Ave. Canosa.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be a good, beautiful building when it's finished, and that's going to be a great opportunity for more people to be able to take part in the activities at Opportunity Works. It's just expanded. They outgrew the building in Newburyport, so they went to Haverhill and had a building in Haverhill they were renting, and they've just outgrew that one. So they're now going to build a new one.
So Opportunity Works doing a great job. I had somebody the other day said, I know you. You do? Yeah, you're the guy, you do the Opportunity Works auction.
Right, yeah, see?
All right, it's second and goal to go from the 20-yard line, and there's the pass. Pass is complete by the Clippers to the 15 and inside the 10. Getting the ball was Drew Bordeaux. Bordeaux gets the ball back to about the 8.
So he picked up the 11 yards, about the 9-yard line, I guess. Picked up 10 yards.
So Kowalski in on the tackle on that for Masconomet. It's third and goal to go now for Newburyport with the ball at the 8-yard line. Masconomet 8-yard line. 6:27 to go in the second quarter of play. And Newburyport trailing Masconomet 14-0. Just 8 yards away from seeing if they can get a score.
A lot of room to the right.
All right, Shea has a man in motion. That's Bordeaux. There's the snap. And, oh, did he get nailed from behind? He went back to pass. He was looking to his right, and he just got clocked by Mackenzie Cashin.
Nobody saw him coming at all. He just blitzed right in there, untouched.
Ouch. 5:51 to go here in the second quarter of play.
Back to the 19 again, fourth and, actually going to mark it the 17.
So that's going to be, making a fourth and goal to go. That brings back the memories of the movie The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. But that was no chance. He just had no chance of that at all. Excellent timing on, is it Cashin?
Cashin, yeah, Mackenzie
Cashin. He had timed that perfectly. No one even saw him coming.
All right, Shea lines up under center. He has three receivers to the far side. Rolls to his right. wants to pass, puts it up in the air. It is intercepted by Masconomet. And they bring the ball to about the 9-yard line. The pass was intended for Ethan Northey, and Masconomet stepped right in front of it, and the defender was able to pick it off.
Intercepted by Masconomet.
And they'll start it out at the 10-yard line.
10-yard line.
5:07 to go in the second quarter, and Masconomet leading Newburyport 14-0. So, second time tonight, Newburyport gets down close to touchdown territory, but couldn't convert it. I keep forgetting to call it the red zone. They don't put the red paint on there. Inside the 20. So it's 1st and 10 for Masco. They have the ball at their own 10-yard line. Here's the quick snap. They hand it off. They run straight ahead, and they get the ball to about the 20. Getting the call to action was Mackenzie Cashin.
Mackenzie Cashin, the ball carrier. Tackled by Charlie Bradbury. First down and 10.
12-yard pickup.
So a first down for the Masconomet Chieftans with the ball at their own 22-yard line and 4:52 to go in the second quarter of play. It'll be interesting to see Cashin's numbers, Mackenzie Cashin's numbers.
He's got 4 carries for 31 yards so far, plus the defensive play. I don't have the defensive stats.
All right, there's the snap, and they hand the ball off. They come over to the near side, and they get the ball up to about the 25-yard line. Getting the call there was Gavin Monacle.
Gavin Monacle, the ball carrier.
They'll spot the ball at the Masconomet 26-yard line.
Jacob
Timony on the tackle for Newburyport. 4:14 to go in the second quarter, with Newburyport trailing Masconomet 14-0. Masco coming up with their 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
6.
All right, the Chieftans line it up with 2 receivers split out to the far side, one to the near side. There's the snap. Bunker rolls to his left, still with the ball. Now he is going to go for it, and he's close to a first down. He got the ball over the 30-yard line to about the 32 of Masconomet.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
First
down.
Yep, they gave him the first down. So 3:35 to go in the second quarter. First down for Masconomet. And it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 32. Dylan Guthrow on the tackle there, along with a couple of others. Also, too, going on tonight in downtown Newburyport, you have Witches' Night Out.
First down and 10.
It's the Halloween version of Invitation Night that happens to the Christmas season. So if you happen to see any ghosts and goblins and whatever else, it's only a dream. 1st and 10 for Masconomet. And there's the snap, and they hand it off. They run up to the near side. That's Cashin, and Cashin gets the ball to about the 35-yard line. Pick up of about 3 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 7.
2:50 to go in the half.
Ethan Northey on the tackle.
So they spot the ball just shy of the Masconomet 35-yard line.
Yeah, so 14-0 Masco, and Clippers have twice that get down in scoring territory, but couldn't score. Could be a tie game right now. But Masco's defense has been sharper than it had to be. Took some big plays.
All right, they get set. There's the snap, and they hand it off, and Cashin again. This time he runs into the line, then cuts to his left, and he picks up a little bit. He gets the ball over the 35 to about the 36. So it'll be a 3rd down play coming up for Masconomet. I remember the last time we had a chance to do a game with that involved Masconomet. It was just amazing how many kids they had on the team. And same deal tonight. They have a lot of kids playing football.
And last time we did was probably a bunker there too, because I think this is the 3rd bunker brother that's played.
That's right. Big football family for Masconomet. 1:39 to go in the second quarter of play. Quick pass over on the far side. It's complete, and it might be a first down for Masconomet. Pass was complete to Corey Tynes. He's a junior.
Bunker's pass complete.
Got the ball over the 40 to about the 43. And a first down for Masco.
First down and 10, Masconomet. Ball's at their own 43-yard line.
So a minute 26 to go in the second quarter. Masco leading 14-0, and this time they hand it off to Mackenzie Cashin, who runs ahead. Gets a little bit, maybe a yard or two. Just kind of get the feeling they're toying with them.
With 1:15, you think they may try to do something to loosen up a little bit to move the ball down the field, but they did get a timeout. Actually, there was no gain there?
I don't know. I thought he maybe picked up a yard or two, but where they have the ball spotted, they say no gain.
2nd and 10.
So a minute 15 to go in the second quarter of play, with Masconomet leading Newburyport 14-0.
Bunker's 2 for 2 passing for 57 yards and a touchdown. We know he's got a good strong arm. He hit that touchdown pass to Tynes on their first play.
Troy Bunker, the senior, which, before the game we were talking about Connor Clancy.
Yeah.
And he's, still playing quarterback at Merrimack College. He's in a 5th-year senior, but I guess the talk is that there might be some pro teams interested in.
There was some article I read somewhere. They say he's the most efficient unknown quarterback, and that a potential NFL prospect because of his ability to pass the ball.
All right, he did pick up a yard on that one. There's a 2nd and 9, and this time Bunker faked the pass and he tried to run ahead. He got the ball over the 45 to about the 46-yard line.
McDougal on the stop.
They're just content to run the clock out, I guess.
Down at 6.
Watch the pass play here, though. There's still plenty of time.
53 seconds to go in the second quarter of play. Masconomet with the ball at their own 46-yard line. There's the snap. Bunker wants to throw. Now he wants to run. And Bunker still with the ball. It gets taken down shy of the 50-yard line.
Tackled by Tyler Terrian.
Terrian on the tackle. He had a good game last week.
He sure did.
Down at 4.
And they spot the ball just shy of the 50-yard line. It's going to be a 4th down play for Masconomet with 23 seconds to go here in the second quarter play.
And they're going to content to let the clock run down. They probably don't want to punt. Maybe they'll just run the ball.
Well, the clock is down to 7 seconds now. And
they called the timeout just so they wouldn't have to take the penalty.
So with the ball spotted just shy of the 50-yard line, a timeout on the field, but only 3 seconds to go here in the second quarter of play. So 14-0, Masconomet has had the lead for most of the game. They came up with a couple of quick touchdowns in the first quarter of play.
2 touchdowns in 10 seconds.
And we'll give you all those statistics when we do a recap of the first half, but that'll be coming up in just a couple of minutes. Right now, we still need to finish up the second quarter of play. So the Chieftans come back onto the field after the timeout. Newburyport goes to their defensive position. Again, just 3 seconds on the clock. And they get set. It is 4th and about 4 for Masconomet. And there's the snap. And Bunker hands the ball off. They do a little razzle-dazzle, and the pass is incomplete inside the 25-yard line. Pass was intended for Drew Steinberg.
Who threw the pass? Could you see who it wasn't? Bunker.
I think.
Every first pass attempt to Steinberg is incomplete.
I'm not quite sure who it was. It was one of the players on the far side. So I'm not quite sure on that, but the pass was incomplete, and that is it for the second quarter of play. So we have completed the first half here at Newburyport High School's World War Memorial Stadium with the score Masconomet 14, Newburyport nothing. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to high school football live on the Legends, WNBP.
Port Media would like to thank the following sponsors without whom the coverage of high school sports would not be possible. Institution for Savings, who also sponsors the player of the game. Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant. Pentucket Medical. Appleton Eye Associates. Newburyport 5-Cent Savings Bank. Port City Sandwich Company. And Nick's Pizza, who also is the Feed the Crew sponsor. Port Media greatly appreciates their support. If you are interested in sponsoring local programming, contact me, Sarah Hayden, at 978-961-0350.
And we're here to give you more.
Awesome, you rock.
Nice.
Anytime.
Gotta play 4 acts.
Yeah, that's right. That's good.
So there's a hockey game tonight?
Must be. Yeah, I don't see Mark here, so.
I didn't see Stanley here either.
Oh, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You going back down there? You want to take that back down?
Thank you.
Looks like a good crowd.
We're back at World War Memorial Stadium, Wynn Damon along with Richie Eaton, and it is halftime with the Masconomet Chieftans leading the Newburyport Clippers 14-0. And it's been a strange game, Richie.
Yeah, Newburyport made a couple of mistakes early in the game, and then Masco capitalized on them, and they scored 2 quick touchdowns in a span of 10 seconds. Outside of that, Newburyport's moved the ball okay, but a couple of sacks in this last drive really hurt the Clippers as Masco just blitzed, and Mike Shea never had a chance. He was blindsided. One of them, the other one, he escaped one of the tackles, but the second was in on him before he could get the ball away. So the defense for Masco came up strong when it had to be. When you look at the stats, it's Newburyport has 7 first downs, Masconomet 5. Newburyport carried about 18 times for 70 yards. Michael Shea was 2 for 6 for 16 yards. He had 2 interceptions. He was also sacked 2 times for minus 20 yards, so the passing was minus 4 overall. And so a net yardage for Newburyport is 66 yards. Masco had 13 carries for 58 yards. Troy Bunker was 2 for 2 passing for 57 yards and a touchdown. And the other pass was 0 for 1. I couldn't see who threw that ball. So the total of 57 yards passing and 58 yards rushing, a total of 115 yards compared to 66 for Newburyport. Masconomet was penalized twice for 15 yards. Newburyport had no penalties. Neither team punted. Newburyport had 3 turnovers, 1 fumble and 2 interceptions, and the fumble was actually an onside kick. And it was right after Newburyport first scored, Masco tried an onside kick, and Newburyport just let it roll because it didn't reach the 50-yard line. Just as the ball went over the 50-yard line, it was about to go out of bounds, and Masco fell on it, and they got the ball. And then Masco turned it over once on a fumble, and that was on a fake punt, a 4th down. The kid picked up the first down, but he fumbled, and Newburyport recovered. So there's been some fluky plays, as you mentioned. 3rd down plays, Newburyport was 1 for 4, Masco 0 for 2. 4th down plays, Clippers were 2 for 3, Masco 0 for 1. Total plays 26 for Newburyport, 16 for Masco. Time of possession 13:50 for Newburyport, 8:10 for Masco. For word counts, it's 14-0 Masco. Individually for Masconomet, Troy Bunker, 3 carries, 12 yards. Mackenzie Casham, 7 carries, 35 yards. Gavin Monagle, 2 carries, 4 yards. And Harry Swick, 1 carry for 7 yards. And on the receptions, both of them were Corey Tynes, 2 for 57 yards, including a 50-yard touchdown. For Newburyport, Michael Shea had 4 carries for 22 yards. Trevor Bradbury, 8 carries for 43 yards. Jacob Timothy, 2 carries, 3 yards. Jonathan Pacheco, 1 for minus 2 yards. That was actually the pass he caught. It was a backward pass, so it counts as a run. And so it was minus 2 yards. And then Chance Carpenter had 2 carries for 2 yards. And Ethan Northey, 1 carry for 2 yards. And on the receptions, it was Drew Bordeaux for 11 yards and Ethan Northey for 5 yards for the total of 16 yards for Newburyport. And the scoring plays with 8:23 to go in the first period. In the first quarter, it was a 45-yard interception return by Corey Tynes. Troy Bunker's kick was no good. It was 6-0 Masconomet. And Masco came back and tried an onside kick right away, and they recovered. And on the first play, Troy Bunker hit Corey Tyne with a 50-yard touchdown pass, and Bunker's kick was good. It was 14-0. So Tynes basically scored 2 touchdowns in 10 seconds, 45-yard interception and a 50-yard touchdown pass.
That very well could be a Cape Ann League record.
Yeah, pretty close when you get 2 touchdowns that much, yeah.
Yeah, how about that? So 14-0, Masconomet with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers here at World War Memorial Stadium. Had a nice show at halftime. I would say that they must be the award-winning Masconomet Chieftain cheerleaders. They had a lot of them, and they were doing all types of gymnastic moves.
Yeah, they get more and more athletic all the time, agile, and I'd say fragile. I don't know. I wouldn't want to attempt it, but definitely in my shape anyway. But no one would be able to hold me up anyway. I'd be on the bottom of the pyramids. But it's amazing what they could do nowadays.
Certainly, it is halftime here at World War Memorial Stadium. Win Damon along with Richie Eaton. The score is Masconomet 14 and Newburyport 0. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football live on the Legends WNBP.
And broadcasting.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. That's unreal.
What's that?
Texting and broadcasting.
Oh, well, I'm telling him how many ads to play. It's easier to do it that way. Yeah. So it's just like 3 words. You know, one more back after this.
This is fascinating. I feel like
Do you know who threw that pass over there? Did you catch that number?
That last pass from Vasco, who threw it, you know? It was one of the halfbacks up. We didn't see who it was. I couldn't pick it up on TV either.
Was it the halfback that threw it?
Yeah, Bunker pitched it out.
No, I didn't see the number. I'm sorry. You have a spectator. I missed that part. Being an official.
Yeah.
You're on the field.
Yeah.
You're watching other things.
Yeah.
And being a spectator.
We're back here at World War Memorial Stadium. Windham along with Richie Eaton. It's halftime, and Masconomet has a 14-0 lead over the Newburyport Clippers. And all the scoring within a 10-second frame in the first quarter on a interception that went in for the touchdown, and then right after that, a big 50-yard play, and that's it. 14-0. Masco with the lead. So the Triton Vikings, they are in action tonight, and the Triton Vikings are hosting North Reading. Boy, what a nice turnout that we had last weekend over at in Byfield.
Yeah, that was their first home game. Imagine they'd already played 4 games in a row before they had their first home game, and it was a good crowd. It was an excellent game, and of course they're raising funds for the Jimmy Fund at that game as well.
And the Newbury Indians, well, they'll be in action tomorrow. They are going to be in Georgetown to take on the Georgetown Royals. Now, WNBP is going to be in action tomorrow. It'll be down in Ipswich and serving the clams. It'll be at the big clam fest going on in Ipswich tomorrow. So WNBP is going to be there. Oh, you will be on the air. Terrific. It's at night, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of clam chowder is going to be served up. So that's going to be fun. Now, also fun tonight until 9 o'clock this evening. They have Witches Night Out in downtown Newburyport. So you have another hour of that. You see all types of folks all dressed up and going store to store, sort of like it's the Halloween version of Invitation Night at Christmas time. And then it's the Pumpkin Fest tomorrow from 5 until 8 in downtown Newburyport. Families are encouraged to bring down carved pumpkins. They'll have little votive candles they can put in. They'll light it up. They'll take some nice pictures, and all the kids and the family will be going store to store. Yeah, Matt will be there too. He's everywhere.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And that's a good thing. It's nice to be out and about, especially this time of year, especially when the weather is nice. Well, we have a nice football game going right now, 14-0, and you know, it really is anybody's biscuit.
Yeah, Newburyport's the 2 opportunities down in the red zone, haven't been able to score, and because Masco won the opening toss and they deferred, so they're going to receive. They're expecting Newburyport's going to kick, and Masco's got 10 guys up close. I don't know if they think Newburyport's going to try an onside kick or something, but they've got 10 guys right up close and 1 guy back deep.
So Trago gets all set to see what he can do here, as they have the Chieftans have just 1 receiver back right around the 10-yard line, and the Clippers boot it all the way. It's picked up at about the 15 by the Chieftans as they bring it up on the far side of the field. Coming up with it is Austin Cashin, and Cashin gets the ball over the 30 to about the 34-yard line, and that's, let's see, now they'll spot it down at about the 32. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Masconomet at their own 32-yard line. Yeah, lots of stuff going on, all types of things. Exciting times on the North Shore, the upper North Shore.
Well, it's the big time in Salem this time of year, too.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's all month long, as a matter of fact. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, and a little handoff and a penalty flag. First one of the night thrown, but the Chieftans didn't get anywhere with it. Let's see if we can pick up the number of that runner. That was Mike McKay, the senior. Went in right into the middle of the line. And that was it. Yeah, my daughter goes to Salem State, and pretty much that week of Halloween, it's, you know, we wouldn't encourage you to come to Salem. Not if you wanted to park anywhere. So holding against the Chieftans, and they have the ball back now inside the 25, about the 23-yard line. Just underway here in the third quarter of play. All right, the Chieftans line it up. They have Corey Tynes split wide to the near side. And Bunker, quarterback. Bunker rolls to his right, puts it up in the air. It's complete at the 25, and the receiver gets the ball to about the 30-yard line. And didn't catch that number.
I don't know, it might have been Tynes again. Look, I had a 2 in it.
Bunker's pass complete to Nolan
Bryce.
Tackled by Dylan Duffrow.
So Bryce on the reception, he gets the ball to the Masco 29.
Second and 13.
So it's going to be second and 13 for the Chieftans.
Masco 29.
Ball at their own 29-yard line, just underway here in the third quarter of play. All right, Bunker takes the snap, and he gets pressured in the backfield, still pressured. Oh, he got away from a defender, puts the ball up in the air, and it is incomplete. Corey Tynes on the near side.
Bunker's pass attempt to Corey Tynes.
Oh, but he almost got caught by one of the Newburyport defenders in the backfield. That would have been a big loss.
Yeah, he did a good job to get away from that.
So Troy Bunker, the senior quarterback for the Masconomet Chieftans. 9:42 to go in the third quarter play as Tynes makes the long, lonely run back to the huddle.
13.
As the receiver far down the field. All right, here we go on the third down play for the Chieftans. It's 3rd and 13 with the ball at the Masconomet 29-yard line. Backs are in the I formation. Bunker takes the snap, and he fakes goes back and he hands it off, and the Chieftans bring the ball up. That was Gavin Monagle, and Monagle got over the 30 to the 31.
Monagle, the ball carrier.
Yeah, pick up a 2, so they're going to have to punt.
Tackled by Jacob Timoney.
This is the first punt of the game, isn't it?
Well, the first punt actually that may go off. The third time it's been punt formation, but each team had a fake punt in the first half.
All right, so the ball is at the Masconomet 31-yard line. 9:07 to go in the third quarter of play. There's the snap, and it is a punt. Getting
Nice
the
one.
kickoff was Harry Swick, and it comes down inside the Newburyport 30 to the 29, and that's where the Clippers will start it out with 8:56 to go in the third quarter of play. It's Masco 14, Newburyport nothing. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends, WNBP.
Newburyport will have the ball first down at 10 at their 28-yard line.
All right, Newburyport with the ball at their own 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Clippers. First possession for them here in the second half of play. 8:56 to go in the third quarter. Newburyport trailing 14-0. They send 3 receivers wide to the near side, 1 to the far side. Single back is Bradbury. Mike Shea, quarterback for Newburyport. Shea takes the snap, rolls to his right, gets chased, and still with the ball. Now he goes down right around the 30-yard line. Pickup of about, we'll call it 2 yards.
Tackled by Kyle Taggart.
They have a column for generous 2 yards.
Yeah.
Generous yards.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be second down for Newburyport. We'll call it 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. With 8:29 to go in the third quarter of play.
Second down at 8.
So Shea gets the play from the sideline. He just heads back into the huddle. Now the Clippers break. Lining up wide on the far side, Tyler Terrian, who's been a little quiet tonight offensively. Northey is in the backfield along with Bradbury. Shea takes the snap, and he goes to his left, puts it up in the air. It is incomplete. Right at the Newburyport 45-yard line. Pass was intended for Jonathan Bajeko. So then make it 3rd and 8 for Newburyport with the ball back at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, pass was a little behind Bajeko on that one.
7:49 to go in the third quarter of play. Masconomet leading Newburyport 14-0. Clippers would love to get something going here, but you're not quite sure when you get the ball back. And now that we're into the second half, time can get away from you very quickly.
Yeah, Masco's playing without their top running back too. Had over 500 yards rushing so far, Mike Tavinis.
And there's a tackle in the backfield as Shea gets hauled down. He got taken down big time by defender Steve O'Reilly.
Mike Shea tackled for a loss by Steve O'Reilly.
O'Reilly listed at 6 feet, 230 pounds. He looked awfully quick as he just ran down Shea and hauled him down. One quick motion. So a punting situation for Newburyport, fourth and some long yardage. As Trego is back at about his own 10-yard line, he gets the kick off. It bounces at the Newburyport 45 and is down by the Clippers inside the 45 at about the 43. 7:23 to go in the third quarter of play. Masconomet leading Newburyport 14-0. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends, WNBP.
First and 10, Masco at their own 43. Bunker hands off to Austin Cashin, and Cashin picked up about 3 yards.
Austin Cashin, the ball carrier, tackled by Jacob Timoney.
Down at a 40, be 2nd and 7.
Second down and 7. Ball's at the Newburyport 40-yard line.
2nd and 7. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Well, the Masconomet Chieftans ran for about 3 yards or so. A big tackle by Jacob Timoney. And now it's going to be 2nd and 7 for Masco with the ball at the Newburyport 40-yard line. Bunker at quarterback for Masco takes the snap, and they hand it off, but the Newburyport defense was able to sniff that one out.
Yeah, looks like he lost a yard.
In on the tackle was Drew Beaupre. Mackenzie Cashman on the play. So Beaupre on the tackle.
3rd and 8.
Third down and 8. Ball's at the Newburyport 41-yard line.
And also in on the tackle, it looked like it might have been Nick Maloof as well on that last play. 5:55 to go in the third quarter. Masco with a lead of 14-0. They have the ball at the Newburyport 40-yard line. It's 3rd and 8. And there's the fake handoff. Now Bunker gets pressured, and he's going to run on the far side. He's at the 35, and he's taken down inside the Newburyport 30-yard line at the 29.
First down.
So he was able to make something out of a broken play. Looks like they'll spot it at the 30, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Masconomet.
Good coverage by the Clippers on their pass play, and as a result, Bunker tucked it on his arms and picked up 11 yards down to 30. 1st and 10.
All right, as Bunker gets set. He has 4 receivers, 2 on each side, takes the snap, but he tried to go to his right side, and he found no room to go to. Maloof in on the tackle for Newburyport, along with Beaupre.
3-yard loss.
And Sullivan on the tackle.
Sullivan on the tackle. Sorry about that. Seamus Sullivan on that tackle there, and he was on the previous tackle as well instead of Maloof. So 4:56 to go in the third quarter of play. And Seamus Sullivan playing in the defensive line. He's a tall one, 6'2". 2nd and about 3 for Masconomet inside
13.
the Newburyport 30. 2nd and 13, okay, inside the Newburyport 35. And there's the ball that gets handed off over to Austin Cashin. Cashin gets knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. And they'll spot it at about the Newburyport 28.
He must have stepped out of bounds. I thought he had more yardage than that.
So now it'll be 3rd and 8 for Masconomet. with 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. So Mackenzie Cashin comes in, third down play. And the backfield has Austin Cashin there. Mackenzie's in the slot on the near side. Bunker, quarterback for Masconomet. Takes the snap, goes to his right, puts it up in the air, and it bounces on the ground. Incomplete pass. That brings up a fourth down play for Masconomet at the Newburyport 28.
Bunker's pass attempted to Harry Quick.
4:26 to go in the third quarter of play. It's going to be 4th and 8 for Masconomet.
Line of scrimmage is still
Big play here now for the
28
Clippers. They got to
yard
stop them here. Can't let Masco score again.
So Bunker comes out from the sideline over to the huddle in the field. So Austin Cashin is there, and his brother Mackenzie. Bunker gets set, takes the snap, looks to his left, looks to his right, puts it up to his right, and it looks like the pass was complete on the far side of the field. And coming up with a catch was Harry Swick.
Bunker's pass is complete to Harry Swick.
Inside the 20-yard line.
First down and 10.
That was a big play for the Masconomet Chieftans,
Yeah.
and something
Ball at the
Newburyport didn't want to give up.
19-yard line.
No, that's a big fourth down conversion, and takes time off the clock. It puts Masco in a good scoring position now.
4:09 to go in the third quarter of play. Masconomet is leading Newburyport 14-0, and the Chieftans have two receivers split to the left and to the right. And Bunker takes the snap, hands it off to Mackenzie Cashin, who gets by a couple of defenders and gets taken down just shy of the Newburyport 15-yard line. Bradbury and Timothy on the tackle. They'll spot the ball at the Newburyport 16. So it's going to be 2nd and 7 for Masconomet. Coming off the field for Newburyport is Jacob Berger. 3:28 on the clock here in the third quarter of play. Masco with a lead of 14-0. And they are inside Newburyport's 20 at the 16.
Knocking on the door.
All right, here we go. Bunker looked a little confused on that one, and he takes the snap and he hands it off over to McKay, and McKay runs right.
McKay, the ball carrier.
And let's see how far he got down the field. Looks like he got inside the 15 to about the 14. Guthrow on the tackle with 2:55 to go in the third quarter. So Mike McKay picks up a couple of yards. And he's a big kid, 6'2", 200 pounds. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 for Masconomet with the ball at the Newburyport 14. 2:37 to go in the third quarter of play. Bunker gets set, takes the snap, and he hands it off to Mackenzie Cashin. Cashin runs left, and he gets the ball over the 10-yard line, down to about the 9, and that might be enough for a first down.
Close enough.
All depends on where they spot it.
Yep.
And the chains move. So it's going to be a 1st and goal to go for Masconomet. And the Newburyport Clippers call a timeout here to talk this one out.
50-50 winning ticket.
I don't think there's much to say other than you can't let them score.
Yeah, gotta hold them.
Yeah.
1st and goal now from the 9.
Talking about holding, how about the Red Sox bullpen?
They've been playing unbelievable. You know, Breslow and Tazawa and Uehara, just unbelievable. That was a big question mark going into the playoffs with the Red Sox bullpen, and they've done a great job.
My wife loves the way the coach celebrates his his saves.
Yeah, then at the end, you notice Ortiz picks him up over his shoulder. That's part of the ritual at the end.
Yeah.
Ortiz at the end of the line.
So many similarities to early Red Sox teams this year, anyway, to this point. All right, it's 1st and goal to go for Masco. They have the ball at the Newburyport 9-yard line with 2:25 to go in the third quarter. Masconomet leading 14-0. And there's the snap to Bunker, who runs straight ahead, and not much there.
Bunker, the ball carrier.
So Bunker just took that snap and ran straight ahead, and I'd say no gain there. So it's going to be 2nd and goal to go for Masconomet at the Newburyport 9.
2nd down and goal to go.
And that was so strange last night to
Ball's at the Newburyport
have Tim
9-yard
Thomas in
line.
goal against the Bruins.
Yeah, he gave up that goal at the end. Bruins pulled that out 3-2. So we could come from behind for Boston this week.
2nd and goal to go for Masco with the ball at the Newburyport 9 as Bunker gets the ball off and into the end zone for a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown pass. He almost got tackled in the backfield, but he was able to make that pass. The touchdown pass complete to Nolan Rice.
Nolan Rice for Masconomet touchdown.
9-yard pass, and now that is going to make it 20-0. 20-0 right now. Masconomet with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers. Going for the extra point is Troy Bunker. And gets set for the snap. There it is. And the kick, it's up, and it is good. 21-0. Masconomet with the lead over Newburyport with 1:39 to go in the 3rd quarter of play here at World War Memorial Stadium. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to high school football live on the Legends WNBB. We're back at World War Memorial Stadium. Wynn Damon along with Richie Eaton, Matt Knight, our engineer. Matt's getting all set, all excited for all types of activities going on. It's going to be in Ipswich. It's going to be in downtown Newburyport. It's going to be everywhere tomorrow. All right, Masco kicks it off. The ball comes down to about the 30, inside the 30, and the Clippers cover it up at about the 27-yard line. Getting a hold of it, Tyler Tarian. And that's where the Clippers will start it out at their own 27-yard line with 1:39 to go in the 3rd quarter. That was a tough touchdown for Newburyport to give up.
Yeah, it's 21 points now. It's a lot to go with only 1:39 to go in the 3rd. They had their opportunities in the first half, and problem is when Shea goes back to pass, they've been blitzing him pretty well, and he's been sacked 3 times for 20 yards. 29 yards and losses. So it's been tough. The Masco defense has been very strong tonight.
So it's 1st and 10 for Newburyport with the ball at their own 27-yard line. Mike Shea, quarterback for Newburyport. Shea hands it off as the Clippers run straight ahead. And coming up with the carry was Trevor Bradbury. Get the ball up to about the 34-yard line. So a gain of about 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3 to go for Newburyport. The ball just shy of the Newburyport 35-yard line with 1:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. 21-0. Masconomet with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers. Clippers break the huddle. They have 2 receivers split wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Backs are in the I formation. As Shea takes the snap and he fakes the handoff. Now he pitches it out over to Bradbury on the far side. He has a 1st down. Bradbury gets the ball to about the 40-yard line of Newburyport. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Newburyport with the ball at the Newburyport 40. It was a nice play.
Yeah, they had a good pitch out that time, and Clippers moved the ball for the 1st down.
45 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Coming off the field for Newburyport, Jacob Timoney. The Newburyport High School band playing Rocky.
That was the first down this half for Newburyport.
All right, the Clippers break the huddle. They line it up. Split to the near side is Tyler Tarian. Clippers trailing 21-0 here in the 3rd quarter. There's the snap, and the Quarterback Shea hangs on
Shea,
to
the ball carried,
it,
tackled
gets
by
the
Austin
ball
McCashin.
up to about the 43-yard line, so it's going to be second down play coming up for Newburyport. And
That's the quarter.
time has expired. So we have finished 3 quarters of play here at World War Memorial Stadium. With the score, Masconomet 21 and Newburyport nothing. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to high school football live on the Legends, WNBP. We're back at World War Memorial Stadium as we are getting set to start the 4th quarter of play. Masconomet with a lead of 21-0 over the Newburyport Clippers. Masco coming up with 2 touchdowns within a 10-second span in the 1st quarter, and they have scored in the 3rd quarter, and that's where we are right now. So the Clippers have their strategy worked out on the sidelines. They head out onto the field. And it's going to be 2nd and 7 for Newburyport. They have the ball at their own 43-yard line. Just getting set for the beginning of the 4th quarter of play. Clippers have a couple of receivers split wide to the near side, 2 to the far side. Single back. Shea quarterback for Newburyport. Mike Shea gets set, takes the snap, rolls back, looks to his left, puts it up in the air down the middle of the field, and it's incomplete inside the 35-yard line.
Good coverage. Masco had a couple guys down there on Bordeaux. 3rd and 7.
So that stops the clock with 10:55 to go here in the 4th quarter of play, and now you're into clock management now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's almost a situation where you almost have to go for it on 4th down because you're down by 21.
See what they do here in the 3rd down situation, 3rd and 7 for Newburyport. So you tighten things up a little bit at the line of scrimmage. Shea takes the snap, and they hands the ball off over to Bradbury. Bradbury on the near side.
Nice move.
He's at the 50, and he's inside the 50, down to about the 47-yard line.
Excellent effort by Bradbury to pick up that 1st down.
Steve O'Reilly on the tackle, but he was able to break free from a couple of folks before finally getting taken down inside the 50-yard line of the Masconomet 47.
Bradbury's got 66 yards and 11 carries now.
So the 1st and 10 situation now for Newburyport. 10 minutes and 34 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Masconomet leading Newburyport 21-0. Both teams coming into tonight's game with a record of 3-2 overall. Backs are in the I formation. Mike Shea quarterback gets set. 2 receivers split to the far side, 1 to the near side. And there's the handoff as they give the ball over to Jacob Timoney. And Timoney gets the ball down to about the 45. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 for Newburyport. The ball actually spotted at the Masconomet 46-yard line with 9:55 to go in the game. So the Clippers, well, actually, we haven't seen Chance Carpenter come back in ever since he hobbled off.
Yeah, that's something. It must be some nagging injury that just keeps cropping up on him because, as you mentioned, he played the first 2 games. He had 3 touchdowns. And missed a couple games, and then got injured in the Triton game after a big 50-yard run.
Well, the Clippers have Bordeaux in motion. Now Shea gets chased, and Cashin gets him. Mackenzie Cashin gets him from the back and takes him down right around the Newburyport 45-yard line. Boy, you cannot get away from Mackenzie Cashin, can you?
Well, he's been in there 3 of the 4 sacks, and that's 39 yards in sacks, and 4 sacks totaling 39 yards.
One of the captains for the Masconomet Chieftans. So that's going to be making it 3rd and 15 or so for Newburyport with the ball back at the Newburyport 46-yard line and 8:53 to go in the game. Newburyport trailing 21-0. So the Clippers lined it up. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Backs in the I formation. 3rd and 15 for Newburyport. There's the snap, and they hand it off. Oh, Timoney right through. Big hole in the middle. He's at the 35 to 30, and he's down right around the Masconomet 25-yard line. That's a surprise.
Nice run there.
Boy, never expected that to happen. Jacob Timoney
That was
getting the
right
hand
up
off.
the middle.
Mike Jesse.
Which I guess that's why you do it. You don't expect it. So they spot the ball inside the Masconomet 30 at the Masco 26-yard line with 8:16 to go in the game.
See if that wakes the Clippers offense up a little bit. That's a big spark.
So Bordeaux and Northey lined up on the far side. On the near side, you have Pacheco. Backs are in the I formation. They fake the handoff, and Shea hangs onto it, runs right as he slants over to the far sideline. He's inside the 20 to about the Masconomet 17.
It looks like about a 9-yard pickup. Be 2nd and 1.
So now all of a sudden the Newburyport offense getting cranked here with 7:38 to go in the 4th quarter of play.
Second down and 2.
Newburyport has their work cut out for them. They trail 21-0. So they have the ball spotted. We'll call it the Masconomet 17-yard line. 2nd and 1 to go for Newburyport. And Northey and Bradbury are the backs for the Clippers. Shea takes the snap, hands it off to Northey. Northey gets the ball down to about the 15. So enough for a first down for Newburyport. Jacob Timoney on the carry. So Timoney picks up that yardage that's needed, and Newburyport gets the first down at the 15-yard line of Masconomet.
Timoney's got 36 yards now.
And 7 minutes to go in the game. Newburyport trailing 21-0. So let's see what the Clippers can do here. They need to get some points up in a hurry so they can get the ball back. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. You have Bradbury, 1 of the backs for Newburyport. And there's the handoff. Oh, they fake the handoff. The pass is complete on the near side, complete over to Drew Bordeaux. And a touchdown for Newburyport. On the nice pass completion, they faked the handoff and they threw to Bordeaux, who went in for the score. Relatively untouched.
Yeah, it made a nice move to get open, and then Shea hit him right when he made his cut. 15 yards and the touchdown.
So that makes it 21-6. Newburyport still trailing. And here's the extra point attempt, and that one is up, and it is good. So it's 21-7. Masconomet with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers with 6:29 to go in the game. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football live on the Legends WNBP.
That was good, right? Try, extra point, it's good, right? Extra point was
Yeah.
Well, the Newburyport Clippers get up on the board. They now trail 21-7 with 6:29 to go in the game. And they are looking to get the ball back as quickly as possible. See what they do here. Just 1 receiver back for the Masconomet Chieftans.
And he's ankling over towards this side, so it looks like it is going to be an onside kick attempt.
All right, so Trago gets set. As he checks his line, and there's the kick, onside attempt, and right over the 50, and it's covered up by the Masconomet Chieftans, Corey Tynes.
Recovered by Corey Tynes.
So Tynes stops the ball at the Masco 48-yard line, and with 6:28 to go in the 4th quarter, the score is 21-7. Newburyport with the lead, or Masconomet with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers, 21-7. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends, WNBP.
First and 10 Masco, 48-yard line. Direct snap to Bunker. Handoff a couple yards.
And yeah, there's the handoff as the Masconomet Chieftans get the ball to about the 50-yard line. Getting the call. The ball was Gavin Monagle. So Monagle picks up about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Masconomet with the ball right at the 50-yard line. 6:08 to go in the game. So wouldn't this be where you try to punch the ball loose?
Yeah, if you can. I'm sure Masco's will be extra cautious. They're going to keep the ball on the ground and cover it up with 2 hands if they can. And try to just grind it out, run the time off the clock.
So the Chieftans have 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. They send a man in motion. And there's the handoff. And the ball goes over to Tynes. He tries to turn the corner on the far side of the field, but he gets stopped right around the line of scrimmage. So maybe a pickup of about a yard, but that's about it.
Tackled by Jonathan Bajenko and Ethan Northey.
So Bajenko in on the tackle, and Northey as well. And the clock is down to 5:18 to go in the 4th quarter, with Masconomet leading Newburyport 21-7. So the Chieftans taking their time, trying to call the plays.
There's still time on the clock. 3rd and 7 right now. Stop them here if the Clippers can get a good, quick score.
Now the Chieftans have the ball at the Newburyport 49-yard line. And Bunker takes the snap, passes over to the near side, pass complete, and a tackle about a couple of yards from the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle was Bradbury. Pass was complete over to Harry Swick. So that spots the ball at the Newburyport 46-yard line with 4:42 to go in the 4th quarter. And it's going to be 4th and 5 for Masconomet.
Ball's at the Newburyport 46.
So Masco
47.
Sort of in a punting formation. See what happens. They did fake it a little bit earlier in the game.
Yeah, I think they'll punt this one here, but
Bordeaux is back to receive for Newburyport.
Bordeaux can return it if he gets a high snap.
And almost got the kick blocked. And he did get picked up by the Clippers.
He must have stepped out of bounds here.
Oh, did they call him out of bounds? Yep. They run it on the near side in front of the Newburyport bench.
Returned by Tyler Terrian.
Terrian, I thought, was going to be able to break it, but they called him out of bounds. Well, that's odd that they would call him out of bounds in between the 40 and the 45, but they spot the ball at about the 48.
Wow. All right.
Well, we have 4:34 to go in the 4th quarter of play. Newburyport gets the ball back. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Newburyport. The ball at their own 48-yard line. Clippers trailing 21-7. And we'll see what they can come up with here. A couple of receivers wide to the far side of the field. Northey is on the far side of the field along with Bajenko. And Shea gets set, takes the snap, looks to his left, puts the ball up in the air. It is almost picked off by the Chieftans, Corey Tynes. And they throw a flag right down there too, right around the 35.
Tynes had a big game.
Actually, I see 2 flags on the field. That's one of that's a leaf. Talking about leaves, you got a rake to this one. 4:28 to go in the 4th quarter. Newburyport trailing Masconomet 21-7.
Yeah. This will be a first down for the Clippers.
So the officials trying to figure out where the ball should be placed, what the call should be.
Newburyport, it's going to be at the 40.
So the call was what?
It's a pass interference and a spot. It's right at the
First
40.
down and 10, Newburyport. The ball
So it's going to be first and 10 for Newburyport with the ball at the Masco 40-yard line. 4:28 to go in the game. Newburyport trailing 21-7. They need to score. They have two receivers split to the far side, one to the near side. There's the handoff as the Clippers run straight ahead. Jacob Chimney picks up some big yards, and he's inside the 35-yard line, about the Masconomet 34. So that'll make it 2nd and 4 for Newburyport.
Ball's at the 34-yard line.
Clippers have the ball at the Masco 34-yard line. Backs are in the I formation. Shea takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he runs to the right. He keeps the ball, and he's picked up a first down. He gets the ball down to about the Masconomet 25-yard line.
Yep, first down.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Newburyport with 3:53 to go in the 4th quarter of play. Newburyport trailing 21-7.
Ball's at the Masconomet 25-yard line.
Clock continuing to count down. All right, so Mike Shea passes along the play, and he has Pacheco on the far side, two receivers on the near side. All types of motion by the Newburyport, well, it looks like by the Newburyport Clippers, but we'll see what happens on that one.
3 or 4 of them jumped on that one.
So
the first penalty against Newburyport.
Clippers in a hurry to get that play off and see if they can get a score, and they end up jumping off sides. So that pushes the ball back to the Masconomet 30-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 15 for Newburyport with 3:28 to go in the 4th quarter. There's the snap, and they hand the ball off. It goes over to Timony. And Timony gets the ball down to about the 27-yard line. So that'll make it 2nd and 12 for Newburyport with 3:18 to go in the game.
Newburyport call time.
So the Clippers trailing 21-7. They stopped the clock with that timeout.
I think that's his second this half. So Bradby's got 66 yards rushing, Shea is 44, and Timony is 44 for the Clippers. And Mackenzie Cashin has 42 to lead Masco in rushing. Bunker's passed for 85 yards for Masco, and Shea's at 31 yards for Newburyport.
So 2nd and 12 for Newburyport, and they snap the ball and they fake the handoff, and Shea gets chased. He hangs on to the ball. He's at the 20. Oh, and he gets tackled right around the 20-yard line. Mike McKay with a big ankle tackle right there. That saved points. Oh, that saved, I think, a bunch of points. As he got the ball inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line, 2:55 on the clock. That also prevented the Clippers from getting a first down. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 or 4 for Newburyport.
Yep.
Ball with Masconomet 19.
So the Clippers at the Masco 19. Backs are in the I formation. Shea takes the snap, pitches it out over on the far side. Bradbury's got a first down. He's going towards the goal line, and he is in for the score.
There's a flag on the play.
A flag thrown back at the 15-yard line. So let's see what the penalty is. That's holding.
Clipping a block below the knees. Wow.
So the penalty is against Newburyport. So the touchdown doesn't count. 2:27 to go in the game. And they'll mark those yards off against Newburyport.
Back to 26.
And that's a big one.
It's going to be 15 yards. Go back to the 31. Yeah, 15-yard penalty. 2 penalties in this drive, totaling 20 yards now. So it's going to be at the 31-yard line.
That'll make it about 3rd and 15 for Newburyport with the ball at the Masconomet 30-yard line. 2:27 to go in the game. Newburyport trailing Masconomet 21-7.
2:27 to go in the game.
Pacheco Wide to the far side. On the near side, it's Northey. Backs are in the I formation. Shea gets set. Under center, takes the snap. Fakes, he does hand it off, and he hands it off over to Timoney. Timoney gets the ball inside the 30 to about the 28. And he's a little woozy coming off the field.
Tackled by Austin Cashin.
So it's going to be a 4th down play for Newburyport. 4th and we'll call it 13.
4th and 13.
And a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well with the score 21-7. Masconomet leading Newburyport. You're listening to high school football live on the Legends WNBP. We're back at World War Memorial Stadium. Win Damon along with Richie Eaton, Matt Knight, our engineer, and it's 21-7. The Masconomet with a lead over the Newburyport Clippers, and it's going to be 4th and 13 for Newburyport. They have the ball at the Masconomet 27-yard line.
This is 4th down and 13, a long way to go, and Noah Masco puts a big rush on. So Newburyport's got to get some side of motion of deception. I don't think you can just get Shea to drop back to pass because the way they've been blitzing. He's got to be on the motion, on the move somewhere to make the pass. Or again, like I say, a reverse or something like that. But get rid of it. He's got to get rid of it quick.
So Shea gets set. There's the snap, and he fakes the handoff. Goes to his right, and a little pass is incomplete, intended for Trevor Bradbury. And the Clippers give the ball up on down. So Masconomet is going to be getting the ball with 2:16 to go in the 4th quarter. The score is 21-7. Masconomet with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to high school football live on the Legends WNBP.
Ball's at the 27-yard line.
The Masconomet Chieftans break the huddle, and they get set here with 2:16 to go in the game. Masco with a lead of 21-7 over the Newburyport Clippers. They have the ball at their own 27-yard line.
Yeah, they'll keep the ball on the ground. Newburyport will use their timeouts.
As the Chieftans continue to keep that ball on the ground, as Richie mentioned, and they pick up about 5 yards. So Bunker, the quarterback keeper, as the clock continues to wind down, a minute 56 to go in the game. And they spot the ball at the Masconomet 34-yard line.
2nd down and 5.
So Troy Bunker comes back with the play with a minute 41 to go. And the Chieftans break the huddle, and they spread out to the line of scrimmage. There's the get set for the snap. There's the snap. They hand it off, and they run straight ahead. And that's Mackenzie Cashin. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he's down on the far side of the field, and he's over the 50-yard line, out of bounds at about the 46-yard line of Newburyport. 1st down for the Masconomet Chieftans with a minute 18 to go in the game.
It's 20-yard pickup.
So Mackenzie Cashin picking up some good yardage on that, padding those stats a little bit.
Yeah, he's up to 62 yards rushing.
And a minute to go in the 4th quarter for the Masconomet Chieftans to pick up a victory. They lead 21-7, and they just downed the ball, so that's how they'll play it out. So the ball is
So Clippers don't have any timeouts left, I guess.
And the ball's at the Newburyport 47-yard line. So 36 seconds left on the clock as it continues to wind down. And again, another situation where they'll just take the snap and down it. And we're down to 22 seconds, and that pretty much could be it. So the officials just watch the clock wind down as the players start to come off the field. And I think that that's going to be it as they watch the clock expire. And the Masconomet Chieftans have come up with a victory here at Newburyport High School against the Clippers, 21-7. We'll add up all the numbers and recap the game for you. After these words, you're listening to High School Football Live in the Legends, WNBP.
It was the kid that scored the touchdown, number 12. Yep. Yep, the Tynes. Yep.
Good try.